Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing Zoologist Squid. I just finished my 1805 tonaire review. Please watch it if you're interested. And I was feeling like a salty sea dog. And I reached for the next salty sea dog thing I could, which happened to be squid. If you're watching, Victor, please don't hang up. This is a good review. I like it. So I'm not really big into marine scents, but this was something that was just so different and interesting. It made me interested in marine scents, and it's certainly better than 1805 tonaire. I'll just read the little blurb. I'm not going to read the entire story, but just a little blurb. Zoologist Squid sings a song of the sea, a melancholy tale through a tangy brine, crisp incense, and sweet cloudy ink, all united by the moody aroma of ambergris, or some people call it ambergris. The notes are, top notes, pink pepper, solar, salicytate, incense, heart notes, black ink accord, salty accord, apopanax, base notes, ambergris, benzoin, musk. Not the usual marine scent, very different. It's not super salty. A lot of people are saying this is really salty. And it is not ringing super salty with me. I've tried things like Millesime Imperial. I've tried all the, mainstream aquatic freshies. I just tried 1805 tonaire. This is the least salty out of all of them, which is good for me because I don't like something too salty. This is also one of the most evocative marine scents I've ever smelled. It really smells like dark water. And other ones try to be this light tropical water, clean. Clean isn't the right word, but just, clear Caribbean water. This really tries to be, we're out here in the Atlantic, we're out here in the abyss, down here in the abyss. Totally different. Really, it's kind of shocking how different it is, and I wasn't expecting it to smell like this. I get the black ink accord because I've only recognized this accord because I smelled it in Stéphane Humbert, Mortal Skin, which also has an ink accord because it's a snake bite. This is more like a squid running away, but that's just what it is. But it's really interesting, and the incense in there. It's so weird because I recognize this as a blue scent. If I didn't know, and I mean, look, the juice is like blue, if you couldn't tell. If I didn't know this was a blue scent, I would still say this is a blue scent because there's something just very dark blue about this fragrance. It feels kind of like fantasy-like. And I guess this is like maybe like a light Cthulhu reference here with this squid. I'm not pronouncing it right. But all you Lovecraftian fans, this is kind of for you. This feels like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean, like we've sailed into a mermaid cove, we've sailed into a treasure cove, we've sailed into a zombie pirate cove. There's this fantasy element about it that's really interesting. And if I had to get a marine scent, and I'm just saying this right now, and I'm not just saying this because I feel a little bit bad about the bat review. This is probably the most wearable marine scent I've ever smelled. And I would definitely consider a bottle of this. Not right now. We're in the middle of cold winter. So I don't need this right away. But come summer, this would be a really interesting and standout-y marine scent. Looking at other notes, the pink pepper... it's not spicy. I would not call this overtly spicy. Like maybe it's kind of with the incense and it's just, enhancing it, I guess. I get ambergris, not a lot. I get the musk, there's that zoologist, overall DNA that has the musk. Every single one is a little musky at least. I kind of get that. And I guess the ambergris with the salt. It's just really not as salty and gusty marine-y as I was expecting it to be. This is, in a weird way, it's like, I call it like a glass of water. And I know that sounds really weird. That does sound really weird, but like just a glass of blue water, gentle, very gentle water. This isn't choppy, tumultuous, stormy sea. I mean, it could be, but nothing is stormy about this. It's just the ocean at night or dark, deep ocean. This doesn't feel aggressive. It's not. It's kind of moody. kind of sober and sad. It kind of puts me in that mood that Rhino does where it just kind of doesn't make me sad, but it's just kind of a reflective fragrance. But just really interesting. And of course, you know, the bottle and the art is always on point. And I'm kind of a sucker for the sea stuff. Like, you know, outside of fragrances, I'm really into the ocean and marine biology and all that. So I was curious as soon as this dropped. But, you know, I'm going to think on it. You know, there's some maybe other releases that, you know, Victor's hinted at in the year that I may be more interested in. I can't buy them all. I like a lot of them, Victor. I can't buy them all. You know that. You know, I did end up getting B, didn't I? This, you know, I like it a lot. It's just so different. It's so approachable for people who aren't into the traditional salty dog marine scent. It doesn't, some people say it smells fishy. This is not fishy. This is not fishy. This doesn't smell like a fish market. This doesn't have any of that fishy funk. It's just crisp. I don't want to call it deep because this isn't like a very deep, potent fragrance. Even though it's straight concentration, it's not super just like, it's not thick. But it kind of just puts in your mind, in my mind, it's still very still, flat, deep, dark water. Very interesting. I really don't have a whole lot more to say about it because, you know, it's, I basically what I'm saying is it's not super complex, and that's not even a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. This is just not among the more complex zoologists. That's totally okay because sometimes it's a good thing depending on what you're up to, what you're doing. This is just, this would be a really cool summer warm weather night fragrance. It really would. This would be really interesting. This is definitely a warmer weather fragrance. It would be very friendly in the warm weather. It wouldn't blow you out like some of, you know, the other zoologists, which are definitely winter cold weather. This is one of the warmer weather ones, and in a different direction. Marine, but a totally different take. This isn't going to smell like any of the other marine scents you've smelled. Totally different. I love the ink. I love the ink accord. It's not super salty. Some people are saying they get all salt, and that's kind of unfortunate because there's some other really cool facets of this fragrance, nuances that I think are really awesome, and it's a shame they're not getting. I'm seeing if I can find this solar accord. So I guess maybe Victor's telling me it's not at night, it's during the day. I don't know. You know, that's kind of just one of those esoteric kind of, I don't want to call it imaginary scent, but you know, it's just one of those you kind of just have to believe, and then you recognize it. You don't just like smell, oh, this smells like the sun. You just kind of like think, and then you kind of recognize it, I guess. And I just need to do more thinking. Anyways, I really like it. Maybe this could end up being a bottle buy come the warmer weather. Anyways, until next time, guys, and thanks for tuning in.